1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I hope. I'm still a little bit sick, so I'm not sure how is that going to work. So, hello and welcome to a new setup. Welcome to my improvised atelier. Welcome to Creative Discourse live from St. Petersburg. I'm actually looking outside of the windows and I see the very famous Hermitage Museum because my school, it's right next to it. It's one of the biggest, one of the most important buildings in St. Used to be because this is a place that they created in order to make St. Petersburg a beautiful city. So architects studied there, sculptors, and also the painters. I'm sorry for the lag. I'm sorry for the delay. That's just the nature of it. It's a historic building. I can't really get a proper internet connection here. I'll try to do my best. I'm working on together with some internet is helping me to find a solution to make it a little bit more sustainable. If it's going to be too much of a hassle to create that, unfortunately we'll have to deal with lag for a while. So anyway, but coming back to that, what I was talking about, this is my new space. This is where I'm going to work for a while. This is also a place, actually this is a small studio where my master from the school actually works. He lended it to me for now because he wanted to have a very, very limited window of opportunity to finish this painting. After a lot of consideration and discussions and so on and so forth, we decided that we'd do a different sketch. So my diploma painting is not going to be the one that I was working on, since that would be almost impossible to do in that time frame. But according to them, since I have to follow a certain rules here, so I'm going to be working on a different sketch. Same setup, same story. It's a Cyril and the Methodius. It's just a different variation I had. As you know, I did multiple different variations of this topic. That's what usually what we do on that. You know, on that level. You know, the fifth year or the diploma painting, we have to bring a lot of sketches, we have to have a lot of ideas, and so on and so forth. So that will be something that I'm going to be working on right now. The first thing I did, because I didn't have internet set up yet, so I have a time lapse of that beginning process, or of a beginning start. With this, so I will post that on the Discord and do like a short video, and I also try to post it on YouTube. It's nothing, I just created because this is not even the canvas, it's not even fitting the right size. So this is the boundary, this is the top, and this is the bottom. So like it's a 25 centimeters from the bottom and 25 centimeters from the top, because I was preparing the size, actually ordering the size based on that actual project that I was working on. It's not a problem because I still have enough space to work, that's fine, and then I will restretch it to a different stretcher bar that I ordered, so it's prepared. So this is going to be a challenging thing, so for me especially. So I might be quiet most of the time, and this is going to be more like a how would I call this? Paintings. Excuse me, I'm still sick. My apologies. That's going to be like a painter's ASMR. I don't know. We can call it that way. It's going to be fun. So you're gonna hear a lot of brush strokes, and I have to move very quickly through the stages. But I'm planning on, go through all the questions and all the concerns and then answer them whenever I'll have chance. So I'll be more than happy if you guys can join with the discussion. As always, it's much appreciated if you guys can chime into our creative discourse. So let's go for it. I'm just going to squeeze more. This is my new improvised palette, and I can tell that my camera is not working again. I don't know why. It's just, it has to be that way, right? So what's happening with the camera? Well, I'm just gonna work with I'm sorry. As soon as I landed, I caught, probably out of the fact that I was tired and completely stressed out from like moving all the things around and trying to set everything up. So I caught like a really, really bad flu. So I'm still recovering from that, but I have no time to waste. So I had to come and start. We had to make space. I might be half here and away, got to do errands, and I'm not used to this schedule yet. Well, this is going to be, I'm going to try to stream as long as possible, so feel free to chime in anytime, DM7, because I'm going to be here probably at least 8 hours, that's for sure. And it all depends. I don't know how much, because I have also a limited data connection, so I don't know how much my internet connection will last. So we will see. This is going to be, it's going to be a fun experiment. Anyway, even though if I won't be streaming, or I won't be able to stream, I'll try to record at least, and then during the night try to upload to YouTube. So you can check it there. I will link it. You have a link in the bio, I believe, for YouTube channel. Hopefully it's going to work. Right now I'm streaming simultaneously. Maybe I should. Maybe I should start. Maybe I should stop streaming simultaneously. That might help and improve it a little bit. And I bought a wrong size of gloves, so I can't really put them on my. So today might be no gloves painting. And I kind of need it. And I also need to get a. I think I'm good. So let me see what I can do here. You could record the video at the same time and upload it to YouTube later on. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about, because, but that takes enormous amount of time, and then I have to move my setup back and forth, and there is a real problem with the internet here, for me especially as a foreigner. That's just I did not expect that, truth to be told. I was not prepared for it, for these difficulties. I'm gonna work a little bit more on the drawing, I guess, because that's something that it's missing, and I apologize. I just need to just a second. Take your time. Don't worry. My nose is running. My head is about to explode. My throat is swollen. It's just a perfect day to paint. And I sound really bad. Well, these are the moments that you are in advantage, DM7. Because I can't even listen to myself. It's just I have that, that kind of a nasally sound, even worse than usual. All right. So I have just a very makeshift palette here. It's just a wooden board with, and you can see I'm going to be working only with just a preliminary or limited palette. I have white, I have reds, and I have black, which is blue, and that's it. Reds and yellows, right? So I have my yellow ochre, sienna, cadmium, English red, black, and white. All right, let's go. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just trying to quickly resketch my my initial thoughts. And when I say initial thoughts, I mean the preliminary sketch that I created for myself. And I guess I don't know if I will have a chance to go into a full-on painting. We will see. What I'm focusing on right now is to just capturing the same atmosphere with the sky, and just having fun with the charcoal. And I want to, and you can see, like, again, the same thing happened. That I'm thinking about a composition mostly, right? So I'm thinking about diagonals, right? Which creates these kind of triangular shapes. That's what I wanted to say. And it kind of pushing that, it giving a little bit more of that active feel to it. And then there's going to be a cross right here. It's going to be nicely illuminated. It's just going to glow almost. That's what I was thinking in my actual very old sketch. And then I have there's like a hill or not even a hill. There is a, yeah, we can call it hill. There is a hill that they're, you know, trying to come over, and it's going to be a little bit more clear in a second. There's like a land mass behind, and I want to do even a little castle right here. That's one of the castles that might be actually beneficial to put in to give a little bit more reference. And there is a big river right here, which is called Danube. It's one of the biggest rivers in Europe. So I'm just trying to put them into at this time, into a specific environment. And the reason why I'm putting it into a specific environment is because some of my sketches were just simple not necessarily simple, like unknown spaces, right? Or you know, you could fill the blank, you could put them wherever you wanted to. I hope that you're feeling a little better though. You know what? It's just a post flu feeling that I'm very weak. My voice, it's not back. I still have like a runny nose, and you know, it's just. But luckily, I don't feel sick and nauseous, because my head was spinning around like crazy, and I couldn't even stand up without feeling like I'm going to vomit. So at least I can do this. Plus, there is so many other administration work that I had to do even while I was sick, because you had to do through the procedure as an international student here. You have to set up certain things. You just move it a little bit. I think this is going to be good. I'm seeing some good shapes. I see some bad shapes, but that's, you know, that's part of the game. You know me. It's going to be a never-ending story with shapes. I have two figures right here, all the way in the corner. They also have its own story. And I have to be careful because this is the bottom part. I can't really go away from that. So let me just make it maybe even thicker so you can better see where the end of the canvas is. So let me... So my first actual things that I was working on were just a little, very simple grid. You remember the same thing that we did, you know, with our bed painting Fridays when we worked with the still life. So that's the bottom corner. Yeah, it's a little better visible. Yeah, and this is the top, right? Up right here. In this corner. Okay, cool. I might actually then even divide it a little bit more visible, so I cover these white parts back, top and bottom, because they're just going to be extremely destructive, I think. I think that they might be. I'm not sure. Okay. Could be. Could this head go? Yeah, this head could go. No, it's okay. It's about right. It's about right. There's this one right here. Like specific way. It's just looking up. So I'm going to figure it out a little bit more of that. Again, the same thing, we're going to struggle here, you know me, because I'm looking on that nice kind of a rhythm with the silhouette. And then I'm pushing it with this diagonal right here with a dark tone, because that's what's going to create dark against the light, so that's going to be a focal point. So all these things, or it's going to be a darker value right here. So you can see, like, quickly I can just throw some ideas. So you can quickly see at least some of the shapes that will help you, not only you, but me specifically with this one, because you don't want to have, especially when you work this big, you really want to make sure that your overall shapes working properly. And since I don't have that much time, I can't really have, you know, a moment to spare, so I'll just quickly throw them there. And I'm going to use maybe paper towel. And unified it, because right now you can see a lot of brush strokes, and I just want a nice unified coat. It's just to get rid of that light canvas. I haven't had a chance to tone it, but it's okay because I will tone it then directly with the pigment. So these are my main shapes. Dark against light, light against the dark. All right. Makes my canvas size feels like it's for an ant, not for a human. I found it so interesting watch you working on insanely huge canvases. You know what? I love it. I'm enjoying it so much. It's just a full-on kind of a. And then here's the thing: working on this canvas, this size here, it's not that unusual. You could go to another studios, and you will see this all the time. There are rooms filled with big canvases here, because that's what we do here. We really paint. And I think that this might be a great experience for all of you who are interested in painting and watching this, because you don't see this very often. I don't think anyone ever done this, actually, streamed directly a diploma painting. So from the Imperial Academy, or actually St. Petersburg Academy of Arts, or rather I should say, because that's their official name. This building was built 1750, I believe. So it's pretty old, and it's massive. I posted some pictures on the Discord, so you might want to check them out. It's just an awesome place to be. It's really one of the biggest buildings on that embankment. That's embankment. Forgot the word. Okay, so you see, like, I have just the simple shapes here, and I'm just going to work into them right now. And the reason why, even you can see, like, even on the not even especially with canvas this size, it's very, very beneficial to start working with the large shapes, because, you know, drawing a little head, right, eyes and nose and mouth and whatever, on the sheer scale of a canvas would be just, you would just, it wouldn't go well. Trust me, I've done that mistake. And what's good right now, it's just that I'm going to grab an eraser. Let me cut it though. Now this is another thing that very few people are teaching students is to cut the, and I forgot to talk about this because we don't draw that much. Excuse me. To cut your, because this camera is not working again, right? Of course it doesn't. Let me check. Yeah, it is not. And it's rare. It's a rare experience. Yes, I'm honored to watch this stream. Oh, thank you, appreciate it, DM7. You're awesome. What I wanted to say is that I'm cutting my eraser to a shape that I need, right? So I buy a big one, like really, really big, like this big, and then I cut it into a shape that it's desirable for me. So sometimes you need a thin line, and usually I do like a triangle. Only if my I'll show you that later. And then what I'm doing, I'm using it as a brush, and I'm just erasing. You know, see, like it's more like a I put a white brush stroke right there, and I learned to actually cut eraser into shape as a brush, so it helps me to work with brushes. See, that was way too high according to my sketch. It should go a little lower. It should be here. So the brush stroke should be somewhere here. So I'll just erase a little bit, and it looks like really a nice a flat brush right there. And then I want to take back that, knock back that white. So I'll just bring a charcoal bag. I have still a paper towel. You can use chamois or whatever the name is, chamois. And I'm going to right now work with these shapes, and I'm going to find a nice shape for a sky. I'm going to find nice shapes for silhouettes, right? So they nicely connect to each other. There was a little imperfection in the canvas, little dot. Sometimes that happens when. So this is where the hand is going to be, maybe here, like so, and then it's going to go down right here, perhaps, yeah. And then I'm going to have that stick maybe somewhere around here, this way. And again, I want to have it light on the dark, so I'm going to erase where it's supposed to be. Let's say right here. Right, so I can quickly, you know, make it pop into that darkness right there. And it is going to be significantly darker, of course. It's just I don't want to go dark with the charcoal right now, because it's not necessary, because it's going to be covered by paint. But you know, if you decide to actually paint, actually fully draw this, then you might want to get right into the dark tone to establish. Oops. To establish that value range for yourself. Again, searching for a nice And I'm having fun with this because I want the randomness into it, right? You know that clouds are always random, right? So, or sky rather. And this is not a blue sky. I'm using a same idea. Just environment should help the painting to get a little bit more of that mood. And this is slightly darker mood that I had before. Привет. Привет, привет. Как твои дела? Ладно. So I'm getting into my warm-up temperature. All right, cool. I want to connect these a little bit more. Yeah, nice. Trying to connect the whole canvas. Right, nice. So there's one figure right there, and there's going to be a holding a book right here. I believe that was the initial idea. Right here, also the little elements of interest, and then there I have another figure holding a Привет. Grab a hand. If so, I believe. of a figure. His hand going forward. Right there. Trying to get that shape a little more. All right. Let's go a little bit here on this side. I think I'm overworking that side right here. Needs a little bit more development of that shape, the main shape, or the active shape. There's another head right here, another figure. And there's one separate figure right there. And there's going to be a landmass behind them, and then so I need a little bit more of this. Could be one more figure right there, and there's important. Okay, and this needs to go lower. All right, you have a river flowing, nice, pushing this direction. Right here, cool.